Good morning, YouTube. Say good morning, Fred. Say good morning. Right down. Okay. He doesn't like it when I'm smoking a cigar. He doesn't even mind it when I smoke a pipe, but I think a cigar, for some reason, maybe it's, I don't know why. I have no idea. Anyway, this is a nice cigar that LaDon sent me. Thank you, LaDon. I'll tell you, you guys on the YouTube are amazing. I'm drinking my breakfast and smoking my breakfast here. I sent a small little packages out because I send out silly packages all the time. And I sent one to LaDon, and he sent me back. I'll tell you, the guys in the YouTube, I think what the deal is in YouTube, we share. We don't necessarily give somebody something or give people things as much as we share it with them. And I think that that's a very, that's neat, because I don't think there's too many other things that you can share with people. Not just your love of the item, but also the items themselves, like tobacco and stuff. When I open a tin of tobacco, I have a tendency to take and go ahead and part it out into 2 or 3 packages and go ahead and send them to the people that I know will appreciate the tobaccos. And I try to open up 3 or 4 at the same time. And so I did, and I sent some out. I got some more that I'm going to be sending out, because at the end of every year, I try to open up, well, actually, it's the beginning of every year, but I'm just a little behind this year, so I'm opening them early. Usually, I have so much tobacco out and about that I don't need to open tins, but I've used up a lot of tobacco this year, so I am very, I don't want to say proud of myself, because it just means I smoked more, but I did share a lot, but off subject. Anyway, so I was going to do a couple YABOs. And that's what this is. This is about Don Lamont. No, LaDon Mott. Lamont. And I had sent him a little package, and he sent me one back. I'm sorry, my puppy is tired and wants to. This was a very nice cigar. Thank you. I sent him a couple, and I think I'll send him a couple more, because I like going down to Western Cigar Company and picking up cigars, and I'm going to go down and pick up a few for Crosby's Corner. This is what I'm talking about, because he really likes cigars, and I adore the guy that owns Western Cigar Company is Corey, and I used to, they're just nice guys there, and I enjoy going down there. And I'm not necessarily part of the family. I don't want you to think I don't want to assume something that I'm not. I just go down there and I get tobacco and I get cigars from them, and they kind of know me, and I've met all the kids. And when they had flood down there, I went and helped a little bit as far as pushing the mud out with the flood. So, there's kind of a relationship on a personal level with the gentleman that's rolling the cigars. So that kind of makes each of those cigars seem a little more personal to me. And when I come in, he knows my name, and he usually puts me together a package at a very nice price, and so he's just a very nice guy, and so that's why I like going there. I think all of us like going to our brick and mortars for the people that are at the brick and mortars. People that are behind the counter, the people that are sitting around and stuff like that. And it could be LaDon. I don't know why I always want to call him Lamont. I think that's, I like to put a special name to everybody, and so I think I've always just called him Lamont, even knowing it's LaDon. To me, that kind of, I guess all you guys have special names to me, and some of them are not anything related to you guys at all, hardly. One guy I call the Night Rider, because he's Kit. And, like I say, there's different things, so. Anyway, so here was his box that he sent me. First of all, he sent me a really nice cigar. Sorry, can't show you that in the package. Well, he sent me a nice little note and just says, thanks that, let's see, everybody likes the notes, I know. Thank you very much for the package. It was just like when I was getting into my Christmas stockings when I was young. The cigars are good. They didn't even make it to the humidor. I sent you one of my homemade timbres, and I hope you will like the tobacco. Hope you have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Great smokes, take care. BriarBlade, and that's who LaDon is. So he sent me some tobaccos, and he sent me a nice pipe, which is very nice. It looks like it's been refurbished very nicely. And he sent me some tobaccos, and it's quite a bit of haunted bookshop. and then some of Boswell's Best, and Boswell's No Bite Delight, and oh my goodness, a lot of Billy Bud. You know what? I like Billy Bud. I know it's an unusual one for me, but I also like the 3Bs. So Bill Bailey's Vulcan. So I love the fact that he sent me some Billy Bud. Somebody's watching, and with that, like I say, since he sent me such a nice pipe, I'm gonna call the pipe Lamont, and I probably will smoke all of his tobaccos. Like I say, I'll probably smoke these Boswells out of this pipe, just because a lot of times I associate a person, a memory, and everything with a pipe. So this is great. I love it when they do that. Now, but with that, you heard him say something about a couple of tampers. I think I lost my ash in the box. That's going to be a surprise later. But along with that, he sent me some tampers, and they are just so neat. I just can't resist. I couldn't resist even if he had told me not to. So this is a tamper. Isn't that neat? Can you see the name and everything on it? Isn't that the neatest thing? And then he sent me another one. And that's very nice, because I'll probably forward one of them. I have a lot of people that, that's the other one. Aren't they neat? Look at, I think I might put a little bit of red right at the very end, just a little dash of it. No, it'd be a little bit of red right in there, just to make it look like it's lit, and then I can go in public and they'll think I'm smoking my cigar. Oh boy, won't that cause a problem? Actually, it won't cause a problem anywhere I go, because they all know I'm a pipe smoker. But anyway, I wanted to show you these great tampers. Aren't they just so neat? These are the first that I've gotten, and I just love them. I love tampers. I think they're the neatest thing to collect. And I use them, so don't expect not to see these again. You've seen me use everybody else's. And, my first tamper was from Nathan, and he sent me one with green on it. And I tell you, I still use that thing, because at the other end he had like a little scoop that was made, and I use that for my snuff, so it's around a lot. But anyway, I wanted to show you my neat tampers that he sent me, which was just, I don't know, I always feel, I don't want to say unworthy, but it always kind of, thank you. I'm always speechless, because it's just so nice of everybody. Like I say, that's the thing about YTPC. We share. We don't necessarily give people things as much as we share things with people. And isn't it neat to be able to have a talent like this that you could share? I don't have any kind of talents like that, so I wish I could, but I just, me and a sharp knife are, well, in the kitchen we're okay, but put us anywhere else, I'd probably hurt myself making one of those, so it's probably a good thing I don't try. So Dawn, thank you very much. I say sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed. It's just like I sent so little out to get so much back. However, so a lot of this, one of the things I do, because I live in Leavenworth, and we have a lot of vets that are here, and I help out a couple of the vets, and every year, me and a little group of women that are like me, we adopt 3 or 4 different vets. And throughout the year, we keep ourselves with like 3 or 4 vets. And what that involves is we go and check on them at least once a week, each of us. And there's 3 girls right now that do it. So every vet that we are interested in, I don't want to say it like that, but every vet that's in our little group gets 3 visits or 3 phone calls a week. And I think that that's a nice thing to do. You need to check on those guys, because sometimes they're just lonely, or I do things like I take over care packages, and I'll stay there with them, and I'll fix them a meal, nothing major like spaghetti or something simple and easy, or I'll take them over a meatloaf and take the potatoes and the carrots so that they can make something up. And with that, and this is kind of how we kind of choose which ones we kind of adopt. If they smoke cigarettes and stuff, I am the person that takes them aside, and I teach them how to smoke a pipe. And I start them off with a cob, and then eventually, if they like smoking a pipe, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, all of them agree that it is more economical to smoke a pipe over cigarettes, but that doesn't mean that they're getting the nicotine intake or the extra additives that are in cigarettes. They're not getting that satisfaction out of a pipe. However, I do have to say that a minimum of 50% of them do switch over to a pipe, and that's for more than one reason. Economically, it's better for them because, for the most part, I supply the tobaccos, and they have time now. When they were smoking cigarettes, all these men are usually in their 60s and above, usually a little bit above. All their lives they've been busy and working and raising families and stuff like that. And now they actually have the time to sit down, load a pipe, enjoy a pipe, notice the difference in the tobacco changes and stuff like that. And until we are all settled down in our lives, it's kind of hard to really appreciate smoking a pipe. Now, some of you young pipers, you manage to get it in at nighttime, and I think that's a good way to do it, especially if you do find it relaxing. I'm a nicotine addict to the max. I mean, I am a nicotine queen. I snuff all day long. I smoke cigars, and I smoke a pipe. I probably smoke, Someone once asked me, how much do you smoke a day? And I said, oh, probably 12 bowls. And they called me a liar. They, flat out said, oh, you can't smoke that much a day. And it's like, I thought about it, and so I started checking just to see if I was overestimating what I thought I smoked, and I wasn't. But you take it as a cigarette smoker, if you were a cigarette smoker and you smoked a pack a day, that's 20 cigarettes. And I think a lot of times when I pick up a pipe and I smoke, part of that bowl, I'm not getting as much nicotine as a cigarette, but I don't know because I've never smoked cigarettes and I've never really had the inclination to smoke them. I did try them for a while, but not long. I'm talking about, like 3 one year and maybe, 5 another year and stuff. And it just never did do for me it never tasted right. Cigarettes don't have the taste that these tobaccos have, and being a Dunhill girl raised with Dunhill tobaccos, which are really nice tobaccos, it's really hard to adjust yourself to a burley cigarette. And that's it. It's burley with additives. And one of the additives they use on there is an accelerant because they want you to smoke them faster. But in order to stay lit is really what it is. I always make a joke about it. They want you to smoke them faster. That's why they put the accelerant in. But it's really because it needs to stay lit. And so, and I taste the accelerant. I tried filters and I could still taste that chemical taste that I believe I can still taste that chemical taste. I have tried some Rimbaud and some of the cigar type of cigarettes, and unless they're little cigars, really little cigars, I'm not fond of them. Okay, so now we're going to do another YABO. They said at last. You've been talking for a year. It's about time. So this one is from Kilted Piper, and I owe him a picture of me in my kilt. And I'm going to do that because at Christmas, this year when we go to the Christmas party, I am wearing my kilt to the Christmas party. So I'll have it for you then. Okay? Anyway, so the nice thing is for Kilted Piper, he's in Hawaii. I want a present from him. I want a prize. And usually I say, don't enter me into the contest and stuff. And occasionally I forget to add that, or people don't understand what I meant when I said this is just a support thing. So I want a present and won a prize. He had a really nice contest going, and I won the prize. And I said, hang on to it. And when I find somebody in Texas that needs tobaccos, pipes, and stuff, I will just have you send it directly to him. Well, that didn't happen. I did have a few people that contacted me, and I set them up again with a few pipes and enough tobacco to get them through a year. And but I never had anybody that was in the desperate need. It was all just people that I knew that were just, needing something while they were working because they couldn't get back to their original stuff and couldn't get it cleaned up fast enough, or couldn't save their tobaccos and things. So it wasn't like anybody who was in dire need. And so I called them and talked to them, and I said, oh, just send it to me. Had I known it was going to cost so much to ship something from Hawaii to me, I would have, I probably would have changed my mind and said, oh, you know, keep it for yourself. But he got one already, so he didn't want it to keep one for himself. So he talked me into taking it anyway. And what it is, it's a it's a wonderful, absolutely marvelous. Wait till you see the box it's in. Isn't this just gorgeous? And on it says it's the pipe service kit, you know, on there in gold. And when you open it up, it's, look at that set. I mean, if you have this set, you don't need anything else. I mean, this has got just the really nice brushes. This little drill bit, which is just I use just my regular drill bits. So, I mean, the fact that it's actually on a little handle and everything, isn't that just the nicest thing? Thank you. I'm sure the video I did was just for fun, and I have fun doing the contest because it gives me something to talk about. And usually I just ramble on and stuff, but this is from the Kilted Piper, and I want to thank him very much. Don't you send nothing else at that cost. So I'm going to send him something back. It's got to be something, though. It needs to be flat. Whatever I send him, it needs to be flat. Because even this was like $25 to send it here. And I just, for the most part, I think the postal service is amazing. Just so you know, I'm not down in the postal service at all. Where else in the whole world can you get something across America? I mean, do you realize how many miles you can send a letter for under $1? I mean, it's just amazing that they have the inner system to get a letter from the middle of Kansas to California overnight. There's a lot of times when I've written friends or sent a card or something like that, and I drop it in the mailbox on my way to work, and the next day they've already got it. And it wasn't anything but just a card or something. So it's always amazing to me that where else in the world can you get that kind of delivery system? You know, for all of our faults with America and stuff like that, there's still so many good things. So, all right. Well, I rambled on for a while, and that was probably the general purpose of this. I'm going to light up a pipe real quick. Excuse me. And I am going to go clean some house today. I set up for a party at the community center yesterday, but it's tonight. So I'll go tomorrow morning and break it down. But it has been just a wonderful year this year. And I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. But I'll probably do it in another form. Happy, happy. Joy, joy. As always, you know I'm watching you. And also, I just wanted to say to everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If I don't get a chance to again, just know that it's going to be a happy, happy, joyful, joyful New Year. Keep them lit. Keep them smoking. Smoke them slow. So, happy, happy. Joy, joy. You know I'm watching you. Happy, happy.